Well, you might be wondering where this beautiful and very humble couple came from. Back in 2019, we spent the year building out our schoolie. After the build was done, we sold our house and traveled for a full year. Following that year of travel, we started to crave building again and getting something 4x4. So we bought ourselves a new van.
The perfect start to any work week is a Home Depot run. Love it. Got something.
We're gonna stuff this in the walls because I don't want to pay for Havelock wool. So 25 pounds for $15, where I think 25 pounds of Havelock's $150.
So strong. I was gonna assist you, silly.
Hey, there she goes. We're almost done with this project. Second stop of the day.
Please wait for assistance.
I found these shims at Home Depot. They're plastic, like synthetic shims, and then I taped them together with aluminum tape. So basically I just wanted something that wouldn't corrode or break, because rather than dropping stuff, I unscrewed the fuel tank. I'm gonna slide these in and then screw it back up. We only need to lower it like a ½ inch, so that's what this is. And then we will get to cutting things.
That's how we had our drugs.
Ready for Mexico, babe! Not too shabby. That's that one. Now I need to just put 2 in up there, and then I tighten it down, and then it's complete. This is just the straight edge I'm using, so that way I can measure up from these guys and see how high off I am. I needed to add like one more shim in here, in this shim pack, in order to space it correctly. Yeah, so it's gonna have to be an 1/8 higher than I wanted it to be.
Pissed off now.
So we got the floor cut out, and now we're gonna be cutting this piece here, the frame here, this guy here, a bunch of cross members. We're gonna take out the spare tire, and then we'll set in a new floor. We'll be dropping the floor down about 1 7/8 inches, but after insulation and flooring, the floor will basically be back to the same height it was. I'll mark some stuff out, do a little yibba yibba and a little hibbity hoobop.
Oh my God.
We got through. Well, that's when we noticed that 970 on.
Alright, today was a pretty good day. Started out slow, I was a little blah this evening, but I got a lot done and I'm happy for that. As you can see, I cut out these suckers here. So you can see how much space those took up, and they rose up. Now I can't just leave it like that. I cut these pieces out that will just go right over there, and then I'll weld those all in. I cut out this cross member here. I'll need to plate the top of that to give it strength back. One thing a lot of people aren't aware of, metal is decently flexible if it doesn't have a shape. So because I got rid of the up and corners of it, now it's just vertical, it's very flexy and bendy. So I need to box it or do something on that line to give it its structure back. As you see, it's all wet in there. It's because we have a skylight and it's been raining. All right, we're back in Dexter's room here. Gonna do some fiberglassing so that way I can be out of the elements for a little while. I'm gonna kick on some heaters in here because in order to do fiberglass, it actually needs to be warmer. From what I've read, it needs to be from like 70 to 90 degrees or 70 plus. It likes the heat. So we'll get this room cranking up. Hopefully no more sanding today because I hate sanding fiberglass. It makes you itchy, it stinks, it seems like it gets everywhere because it's so fine. Alright, remember how I said I didn't want to do any sanding and I didn't think I would need to? Well, it turns out I had to do a ton of sanding. So now I'm all fiberglassy. My hair's probably still a little white, but now I can finally lay the fiberglass. So I sanded over the fiberglass I already did and tried to smooth it out a little bit, as well as sanding over the parts that I haven't sanded over with. So now I have one uniform strip of raw fiberglass. And I'm gonna try to take really long sheets and lay them over and try to get a nice uniform finish over top the whole thing.
All right, taking these extremely dull scissors, and basically it's a sheet of fiberglass. I'm gonna cut this into strips so that way I can overlay it here. Pat it down on here. A lot of people put the resin on top, but I like this way because it literally glues it down almost. And as you can see, it's saturating through this cloth here.
I almost drove off to run some errands and I forgot I didn't have these welded. And I don't want to bend the frame any here. So, I'm gonna weld these up real quick. This house doesn't have enough power right out to the garage. Just tripped the breaker. So now I have to run all the way in the basement, flip the breaker, and then continue welding. Bummer!
What you up to? Welcome to Lance's Batteries.
Yeah, zoom right in. Zoom right in there. Look at that positive terminal. So we just went to the diesel shop to get some exhaust as well, and I saw this on the shelf and I couldn't help myself. So this is the Edge CT something 3. I think it's like CTS 3. And then I got it with the pyrometer as well as this guy. So that way we can read our EGTs as well as all the other stuff that this motor already has with it. So because this is an older van, it's missing a couple sensors, and what is cool about this is, and I'm gonna do as much exhaust work as I can today with the piping I have, and then order in some more piping to finish it off. Good.
So Lance just told me that I need to sand this down and prep it. We still have a few holes and the crack that where we cut it in half at that we have to seal with fiberglass. So I'm going to be sanding this down and getting it all prepped. That way we can hopefully get this done, fiberglassed, and ready this week. These holes we're going to be covering up, and I need to take this off, but I need to pretty much get it all down to this part, but not anything past this. Lance,
Yeah.
does this shock you?
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought it was shocking me too. We could swap over to the other grinder. Yeah. The van is getting very ripped apart now on the inside. So we've got a lot of the dash coming off, the dog's box, the motor's right there. Partially because I'm going to do the exhaust today, so I need to get to it. And partially because I'm running this tuner right now.
That's a messy job.
Now you need to clean off all the sides and then cut out and prep all the pieces of fiberglass that will be going down. And then we're gonna mix up our little solution and apply it. Hey, you there. You may remember me from such films as building a van, traveling in Baja, not knowing what she's doing half the time. If you like those films, make sure to subscribe by clicking like right here. You'll see our picture here. And then if you want to watch more, click here. And comment what you think if you have any questions, and we'll see you on the next episode.